about this finale. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, I think I'm going to bed right after.
It's Morning Edition from NPR News. I'm Layla Faldin.
And I'm Steve Inskeep. I know why you're about to say goodbye, Eric.
You're listening to Morning Edition here on WNYC. I'm Tiffany Hansen. So glad you're with us. The Marketplace Morning Report is coming up next here on WNYC. Later on Morning Edition, Republicans upended plans to pass a partisan bill to fund ICE after party infighting snarled their progress. Coming up, we'll hear from former Republican Senator Jeff Flake about this week's GOP pushback against some of President Trump's priorities. That's coming up in about 15 minutes here on Morning Edition. 59 degrees, few clouds here currently. Expecting a cloudy sky today with a high near 69 degrees. That ahead of a bit of a rainy Memorial Day weekend. Clouds tonight give way to some showers on Saturday, showers Sunday as well. 50-50 chance for showers on Monday. Saturday's high 57. We're at 59 now.
WNYC is supported by New Jersey Performing Arts Center. Contemporary composer and pianist Max Richter performs alongside American Contemporary Music Ensemble. June 22nd. Tickets on sale now at njpac.org and Ticketmaster.com.
I'm Christy Tanner, President and CEO of New York Public Radio. Our pledge drive was a reminder of what makes WNYC special. Listeners like you who believe in independent journalism and public service. Thanks for your generous support, which is helping WNYC move forward with strength during a time of real change for public media. If you haven't donated yet, it's not too late. Visit WNYC.org now. And thanks.
Hitting the road and the wallet.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Fidelity Investments. A dedicated advisor can help build a flexible wealth plan. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. And by Bitwarden Password Manager for Business, designed to work anywhere on any device, from home to the office and beyond. Learn more at bitwarden.com.
From Marketplace, I'm Sabri Ben-Achour in New York. Memorial Day weekend is here. The summer travel season has begun. More Americans are expected to hit the roads this year than last. They will, however, be met with the highest gas prices in 4 years. Marketplace's Nova Safo has more.
The national average for a gallon of regular gas is $4.56, according to AAA. It's $4.09 in Texas, $6.13 in California. Prices are up about $1.40 since the U.S. and Israel attacked Iran, and Iran effectively closed off the Strait of Hormuz. There are signs some Americans are adjusting their travel plans. AAA expects 39 million people to hit the roads this weekend, an increase from last year, but the smallest increase in a decade. Also, more Americans will opt to drive shorter distances, according to GasBuddy. Airline travelers this weekend are set to be less affected. AAA projects 3.5 million people will take domestic flights, with average airfare about 6% cheaper, because most trips were booked before the Iran war. I'm Nova Safo for Marketplace.
California Governor Gavin Newsom got into it yesterday with Chevron over gas prices. His office urged people to ditch Chevron in favor of cheaper, unbranded alternatives. Chevron had said gas was so expensive because of the state's climate policies. All of this raises a question, which is, how are you feeling financially? The University of Michigan asks consumers this and other questions every month for its Consumer Sentiment Report, coming out later this morning for May. Earlier this month was looking pretty bad. Lowest sentiment since the mega inflation of the pandemic. Marketplace's Mitchell Hartman reports.
There's a lot weighing on consumer sentiment right now. Rising gas prices and utility bills, high interest rates, a tough labor market for new grads and other job seekers. But there's also a conundrum here, one we've faced before. While sentiments hit rock bottom, spending remains strong, says Morning Consult economist Sophia Baig.
As far as overall spending when it comes to gas prices, we haven't seen an effect yet. Consumers are absorbing the prices.
And not cutting back on discretionary purchases.
Like travel, airfare, hotels, restaurants. Recreation, which would include baseball games, movie theaters, those all have been increasing.
Higher income consumers are driving a lot of that spending. Lower income folks, meanwhile, are just belted in for the ride, says Swarthmore College behavioral economist Sion Banot.
They have no choice. So if you're driving to work, you got to fill your gas tank. You might get frustrated to see the prices higher, but what are you going to do about it?
With inflation rising, political strife at home, and geopolitical tensions abroad, Banot doesn't expect sentiment to rebound anytime soon. I'm Mitchell Hartman for Marketplace.
All right, let's do the numbers real quick. Dow futures up 0.2%, S&P futures up 0.1%, NASDAQ futures pretty much flat.
Marketplace Morning Report is supported by Amazon Business, featuring smart business buying AI tools to help navigate business purchases paired with delivery options built for business. AmazonBusiness.com. And by Schwab. At Schwab, investors get choices ranging from self-directed investing to full-service wealth management all in one place. Learn more at schwab.com. And by GEP, helping companies navigate global supply chain challenges through procurement and supply chain strategy services and its AI-native platform, GEP Quantum Intelligence.
Post Malone, Meghan Trainor, Zayn Malik, the Pussycat Dolls, just a few of the artists who have cut back on or entirely canceled their tours this summer. Some have cited personal reasons. Others have said the economics are just not great. In the music industry, there is a word for one possible explanation: blue dot fever. When you look at a seat map, when you're buying tickets, all the empty seats show up as blue dots. If you are an artist looking at that, and you see too many of those dots, you might just call the whole show off. Dave Clark is a senior staff writer at Ticket News and is here to talk about it. Hi, Dave.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
There have been, a bunch of high-profile cancellations. Is this level of cancellation normal, or is there something going on?
I think both can be true. There's always going to be cancellations, different tours for any number of reasons that you can think of will cancel. However, it does feel like at least the sentiment is that there is something more meaningful with what is going on right now based on just the pressures that consumers are feeling and the prices and things of that nature. Whether or not it's a longer term issue remains to be seen, but it's definitely the perception is that there's something more significant than just a normal tour cancellation batch.
Has it also gotten expensive for the artists themselves to go on tour?
Oh, unquestionably, the cost of doing business at the tour level is much, much higher. This summer, it's probably going to be even worse because, the fuel costs are going to be really high, and that drives prices up for everything, particularly if it's a large scale tour that has set pieces that are moving from city to city. The paradigm used to be you would go on tour to support your new music and album sales, and now it's really flipped on its head where a lot of these artists are earning their living on their touring income, and then the music is basically, more of a promotion for the tickets rather than the other way around.
Blue dot fever is this term that refers to unsold tickets. The head of Live Nation said this is not a thing. Is this a thing?
It's impossible to say that it isn't happening now. Where they might have a more realistic argument is it's not abnormal for tours or individual shows to be underperforming relative to what they might hope. The actual visibility of what unsold seats are even showing up as blue dots is not necessarily a guarantee of a comprehensive manifest of unsold seats. A lot of times unsold seats are completely hidden from the visible manifest in order to drive the perception that a show is less available inventory than it actually has. So even the fact that, there's as many blue dots showing up for certain shows is kind of significant because that might not even be, a comprehensive indicator of how many seats are unsold. They want to, effectively drive the perception that there are fewer seats available than there might actually be in reality.
Dave Clark is a senior staff writer at Ticket News. Dave, thank you so much.
Thank you.
In New York, I'm Sabri Ben-Achour with the Marketplace Morning Report. From APM, American Public Media.
WNYC receives support